Hello, dear friends. Can you hear me well? I'm so glad to be here with you. It's been some time that we do not do the energy exercise, and I read your names and I recognize you. I know who you are. Most of you, many of us, dear friends. So thank you for being here with me for this energy exercise. As you know, I devise the exercise for those who are present at the moment. I try to connect with you and get a feeling of what is the most important thing to be worked on for the majority of the people. Of course, we cannot say for each one individually. So I'll be here chatting with you for a couple of minutes or a few more so that others can join us if they are going to be with us, and also so that we can get closer. I can have a sense of all of you there. I see some of you that had been some time that were not here. Very nice. Sorry. And while I read your names here, Andeja, Mark, hi Demetrius, so nice to see you. Carol, hello. Peter is here. Hi Stephen, how are you doing? Gabriel, all of you. Very nice. So I have prepared a little bit of an introduction for today, but very short one. The purpose today is energy exercise. We are getting close to Christmas. I know all of us, we are busy. I just concluded a VIP training that I gave here at the IAC campus. It was very nice. Lots of interesting experiences and results, and it's so nice when we can get close to someone. I hope all of you can one day be here at the IAC campus. It was a very wonderful time of the year because everything is green. It's so beautiful. But for today, I have prepared some slides so that we can get in tune with the exercise, and I'll be guiding you. I wonder if I can jump straight to this. I will do it because for those of you who are here present with me on time, that's more than fair. And I hope the others join us in time. Remember that you can always watch this video on replay. So it's going to be available on YouTube and you can practice it at any time you want. So it's going to be a very universal energy exercise, but that I will conduct based on the rhythm of those who are here. Let me just open my screen here. Yes, so why is it? Okay, now it will appear. Good, good. I suppose all of you are good there in terms of image and audio, right? Because once we start, then I have no way to fix this anymore. Oh, I see Kevin. Hi, Jessica. It's been some time I don't see you. Muriel, hello. How are you? Kevin is here as well. Wonderful, guys. Wonderful. Cyril, wonderful. So let me show you what I had in mind here to present to you. Before I jump into the exercise, I wanted to mention to some of you, because I know you are waiting for this information, that is in regard to the force field. What you can see here is a screenshot of what you can find in my website, but I put a red arrow there for you to see. If you are interested in the multidimensional force field course, you please go there and put down your name. I know I have mentioned to you that it was going to be aired, published in English this end of year. I did not manage to do it in time with the quality that I want to do. Maybe I am perfectionist, but I think the content, the information, the way it's delivered is very important. So I did not want to do something so-so. The course is prepared, but I have to do it in English. What happened is that a person that was helping me had some personal issues and was no longer with me, so I had to find someone else to work with me. So you see that I have been a little bit absent from the videos, from the contact with you, but that is the reason. So now we are getting back. I have somebody helping me. So if you come here, if you are interested in the multidimensional force field, several of you have written to me and asking information. Nancy, when is it? Where is it? Apologies. I told you it was going to be on end of this year. But then that's why I'm bringing this information. If you are interested, we have limited spaces. So you go there in my website and you place your name there as interested so that you receive the information as soon as I have it ready. Sorry. So if you see here, what you are going to find out is a wait list. But in the wait list, I'll make sure that I contact you before anybody else because it has limited space. Now, let me briefly comment what is this, the force field. Well, all of us, we have a field of energy around of us. As we have field of energies around objects. If you have, let's say, a book, if you have, well, a ring, there is a field of energy. When you have a field of energy around these objects, it's going to be impregnated in the environment. It is the same field of energy that we carry with us when we are in an out-of-body experience. However, we can learn to develop such a level of perception to understand what is the information that is impregnated there. And we can, with time, start adjusting that information, but not based only on our aura, but based on the many different layers that we have in the non-physical dimension. That's why I call it multidimensional force field, because we can work with energies and cleanse the energy around of us or reinforce our aura, but that is different than going deep and examining what sort of information is with us from previous lives, what sort of non-physical presence, spiritual presence we may have around. How does that presence influence us? And is it somebody or something that is very close and we can identify immediately, or it's further away disguised? Anyway, that's what we are going to cover in the course. If you are interested, if you want to take the opportunity, so you please put down your name there so that I make sure I inform you as soon as it's ready to go. And bringing here the information, what do you think? Can we go ahead? Let me take a look at your comments here. I see some comments, and Solus asking a question. Can you form energy spheres in your hands, and shoot it at someone? Shoot it? No, you do not need to form the energy sphere, but you can create a field of energy that may feel or look like a sphere, and then you can emit. You can transfer that energy to someone, be that close or at a distance. We are going to practice some of these today in a different tone. So if you are ready to go, I'm going to bring here the information that we need. Just reminding you that if you are not registered or subscribed here to the channel, you can do so. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give me a thumbs up. And I will be here giving you the step-by-step of this exercise. I like to conduct the exercise in a way that it's very deep, but at the same time very safe. So I need to be guiding you, and I need you to follow what I am going to request you to do, how I am going to tell you to conduct the exercise. Being here on YouTube, I have advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that anyone who sees me live can join, although I always advise to be from the beginning. The disadvantage is that if it were a Zoom meeting, for example, I would be able to see you, we would be able to talk. But regardless, I want to be guiding you with my voice and want to feel that you are there with me, that we are doing it together. We are going to do the exercise together. So it's interesting and important that you pay attention to a few aspects. Number one, find out a place where you can have peace and quiet. Nobody is going to enter in the room. You know nobody's going to enter in the room. You know you are going to be by yourself with privacy so that you can enjoy the energy exercise and be completely focused. And find a comfortable position for your practice, whatever is comfortable to you. I suggest sitting because we can be relaxed, but at the same time in a position that we remain with our attention on. We can be very aware of ourselves and the surroundings with less chances of falling asleep. So I love doing the exercise sitting, and I suggest you try it. But you will find the position that is best for you. If you decide doing it standing, it's very important that you can lean on something, on a wall, so that you keep your balance. And please remember to turn off your mobile phone or put it on silent mode. That is going to be very important. We do not want any noise disturbing us during the exercise. Adjust the lighting of the room where you are. What is the ideal lighting? It varies according to the sensitivity of the person. But normally we try to avoid lights that come very directly through our eyes, even through our eyelids if we have our eyes closed. It may interfere, we may feel it, so it's best if we can have a lighting that is comfortable, doesn't have to be pitch black, but whatever is good for you. But I really recommend that you avoid too much light. Why not? Is there a problem? Does that interfere with energy? Not at all. Absolutely not. You can do the exercise, outdoors at the sun. No, the thing is that when we are trying to sense energy, to gain more control, if we can have some sort of like a reduction of the stimulus around, so almost like a deprivation, sensory deprivation, that is the ideal. Why? Because then we can sense more our energy. We do not need it, but it's helpful when we are training, when we are trying to discover our sensations. And in the exercise here, I'll be guiding you how you can sense your energies, how you can sense your chakras, and I'll do my best to do with you at a distance, as I can do with someone who is here with me at the VIP training, that I can guide, I can see, I can feel how the person feels and help the person. But here, we can do part of it, at least to some extent. So let's embrace this. So that's why I'm advising you less light over your face, or if you can have more comfortable clothes, this sort of thing, it helps. But it's not to be in a condition that you let go and you sleep, or you get half awake and half present. No, we are going to be fully present. We are going to be in control of our energy. But we are going to be in control of our physical body to a point that we can let it, in standby. That is the idea. Put your physical body in standby, and now you are going to deal and act only with the energy body. So that's what we are going to do. And going back here, bear in mind, please, that this is a practice to gain higher self-mastery over yourself, over your lucidity, everything. And to train your control of your subtle energy. So this is key, because we are not just trying to have intuition. It's much more than that. It's you in control of your chakras, of your energy. And it's so important, because if we think of what our energy body is and what our chakras are, they compose some sort of structure, energetic structure, that creates a connection between our physical body and our non-physical body, our astral body. If we can control that, if we can be aware of this energy, we are going to be able to reduce and balance our energies. Even if we get some sort of energy that is not ideal, that comes from a non-physical being like a spirit, or from a person that is around, and through our energy it reaches us. It may give us physical sensations or emotional sensations, or just make us feel strange inside of ourselves. And of course, I'm talking now about the energies when they are not good and we need self-defense. But the condition here is that if we can master these energies, we can be aware of whatever gets closer to us that is not agreeable to us, is not ideal. But we can also be aware when there is a positive energy. Let's say that a spiritual mentor is trying to support us into something with energy, with inspirations. Often we don't notice. As often we do not notice what is not so good around of us either. So developing more of this sensitivity and control, we can adjust all of that. But I must say, please let me emphasize this, that there are degrees. And what we want is to develop, to go a step further. What is important here is not so much what you can do now, but how much you can grow now. How much you can improve, how much more you can understand. Because I do not know anyone who is 100% in control of all of the aspects of the energy. What I have seen so far is that whoever says that is because they don't really know everything that is involved into our energy connection with the body, energy connection with the environment, in the astral projection, everything that is involved in energy. So we need a deep understanding, a broad understanding to know what are the steps that we can go ahead and what we still lack. And I lack a lot. I am always trying to grow more, trying to get to know myself more and control more. But life is challenging, right? I do not know how you see it. And especially at this time of the year, it's like many of us, we get more sensitive, we have expectations. And let's see here how we can be more in touch with ourselves. So that is the idea, that is the goal we want here. So please do not open up connections with anyone. So you are not here to be passive, to let a spirit act through you, to let a spirit help you. No, we are learning to be able to do things by ourselves. This is evolution. We have to get to this point to the maximum possible. So this is quite important. Try to relax your physical body. Because as I said, we are not going to be using the physical body, we will use the energy body. But remain lucid at all times. We do not want to fall asleep. And I'll be guiding you. But of course, if you got distracted, if you lost track of the exercise, you just get back at the moment that you realize it. And we are going to be doing it together. Please adjust the volume of your speaker to a comfortable tone. I'm going to be speaking in a softer tone of voice because I'll be with you doing the exercise. So I tend to speak in a softer tone of voice just because that is the mood that we are in. So adjust the volume. You want to hear comfortably, but you do not want the sound to be so loud that takes you out of your relaxation. And finally, we are going to keep our eyes closed so that we can have more attention to ourselves. You will focus on yourself only, because the more you can focus on yourself, the more you can become aware of details of your sensitivity, of processes that happen around of you, inside of you, but they are multidimensional processes. They are not necessarily only physical, and we can be more aware of that. So it's really a training. And let me say that so much happens in our energy. All the time our energy is in activity. The difficulty for all of us is not so much to be aware of it or to sense it. It's how our brain will decode it. Because if we stop and consider for a moment this reality of the non-physical reality, the energetic dimension, the non-physical dimension, we are sensing that reality and acting on that reality, not with the physical brain. We use our mind, we use our decision, we use kind of our mental body, our mental core, to control different aspects of ourselves. But the physical body is not participating. We may have sensations in the physical body, but they come indirectly, almost as if the impact to the energy is so vivid, so intense, that our physical body may have sensations. So you may feel, for example, waves in your body, tingling. You may feel vibrations. You may feel in some moments like warmth or cold. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel in the physical body, it's a result of what's going on in the energy that is getting to the point of becoming more clear in your physical body. But what's happening is not physical. So if you feel, for example, a pressure in your chest, is there anything creating pressure or putting weight on your chest? No, you are there in your room. What happens is that something is going on in terms of energy that your brain tries to figure out how to decode that, and it seems to you like pressure or like lightness or like movement. So let us become familiar with our own way of sensing our energies, and let us learn the techniques correctly so we can start producing in our energy body and around of us the change we want, because it can make a huge difference. Anyways, that is it. So that is the tone that I would love for us to have during our energy exercise. That is the tone that I would like us to keep throughout the whole time. Okay? So, all good with you? Shall I give you a moment for you to become, perhaps you want to go to the restroom or arrange yourself? I'm going to give you a few minutes, like a minute, a couple of minutes, really short, but just to give you time for this, and we will immediately start the exercise, okay? During the exercise, I will turn off my camera because I do not want the light there to be fluctuating to distract you. So I'll keep an image in the screen just so that we have something fixed there, and you are going to be only paying attention into my voice, into my guidance. All right? Wonderful. So I think we can start. Carol is asking, what is my website? It's nancitrivellato.com. I will write here. And I am going to be creating some courses that I'm going to offer for free, like some subjects that are very essential, and I would like everybody to have access at any time. And I'll keep having them there into the website, okay? So you guys can see there from time to time. All right, so let's go. So please, to start, pay attention to your position. Check how you feel your body, how you experience your condition of alertness. Are you agitated? Are you calm? Do you have expectations? Can you already sense your energy? Or you are only sensing your physical body? How well can you even sense your physical body? You want to pass your attention through your body, but hey, let us remember that this body is a tool, is an equipment. It's a biological machine, but a machine that we use. We use to recognize who we are. And we are using this body in this physical dimension because it allows us to do some things that we cannot do when we are in between lives. So let us observe this biological machine. Let us observe this body that is a vessel for ourselves. However, the body, in a way, imposes some limitations to us because it prevents us from fully sensing our true self because of cultural conditionings, because of our limitations in sensing the multidimensional reality, sensing our non-physical astral bodies. So it does bring limitations, but it doesn't matter. We are here to become familiar with it and to recognize our bodies for what it is, a tool. And what is it that our body is teaching us in this lifetime? Give yourself a moment to feel you as a spirit, as a transcendental being inhabiting this body. Now, please focus on the energy that you have. Let's start by becoming aware of what is the role of our energy there. Because it's actually this subtle energy, this luminous, brilliant energy that we have inside of us that allows us as consciousness to inhabit this body. Without the energy, we could not be right now in the physical dimension. The energy that we are talking about is what connects you to your body. So hey, you are sensing your body, so let's pay attention. There are components there that are actually your energy that right now are in contact, are touching each cell of your body. We are usually not aware of it because it's a sensation that is constantly there. It's present all the time. And we will focus this energy now in our head. So it is like your head start getting more and more sensitivity, or you, rather saying, become more conscious of the energy in your head. How are you going to do that? Let's do it together. Please start by paying attention at the physical sensation you have at the very, very top of your head. As if you were focusing your attention at the skin, actually in the scalp there at the top of your head. And you are paying attention on the physical sensation now. How can you sense it? Observe. And then, when you pay a lot of attention to that area, you will start becoming aware of a heightened perception of that area. It's still in the physical body, but it's almost as if it becomes more vivid than normal. You can sense it more than normal. So let's do it. Whatever you feel, in whichever way you feel, that is okay. That's your way of sensing it. But once you become very connected with the sensation there, I want you to remember that we have a chakra in that position. That chakra is there at the scalp, but the root is there inside of your brain. So we will now create a condition in which this sensation that you are having, you will make it stronger. The very sensation you are sensing that is physical, but that is enhanced by the sensation of the energy there. So focus on it and let's start moving that area. So you focus on the top of your head, and of course you are not going to move your head or the muscles. You are going to move the energy. So allow the energy to flow. It can expand a bit beyond your head, as if you feel the energy is going up a little or a lot, it doesn't matter, but we want just to inflate it a little. And once you can sense it, then you bring the attention again to the area inside of your brain, as if you are trying to sense the energy there. The part that is slightly out of your body, therefore at the top of your head, but also the root of the chakra there inside. Whichever way you feel is okay. You are learning how you sense. You are training your brain to pick this sort of information. So allow yourself to dive into this experience. Now, please, we want to create a condition there as if we had our hearts pulsing there at the top of the head. But of course, it's not pulsing blood, it's energy. And it's not the rhythm of the heart. It's just for us to create in our minds this clear understanding of what we are going to do. Our energies are going to expand and contract, expand and contract, in whichever rhythm is good for you now in this session, at the top of your head, but it's filling all of your brain. Your brain is based in these energies as well. Allow yourself to sense this pulse. It may be very vivid or it may be subtle, but subtle sensation does not mean we are in doubt. Just means that as compared to the sensation of the physical body, that is still quite subtle, but it's clear to you. Now, please, I would like you to remain concentrated at the top of your head, but I would like you to bring in energy. From your room, from where you are, from your own aura, you are just going to create like a pulse of energy inwards, entering from the top of your head and going down, distributing all over your body. But hey, we want to connect with this energy. It's the energy that we right now are sensing as consciousness independently of the body. So you pay attention to how you are, who you are. Remember, you are not the body. Connect with this feeling and these energies that are around of you of this type and bring in. Almost as if you were inhaling this energy, so to speak. And once you feel it entering, you just go focus and bring in another pose. It's important that you give yourself time, that you trust yourself. You know you can do it. You have energy all over you. We are energetic beings. And each pulse that enters, you feel as if it's going through your body, illuminating. It's the way you are thinking of it. But in a while, we are going to sense it. But you do not need to imagine anything. But you need to have clear in your mind what you are trying to produce. Otherwise, how can you do it? So you have clear what you are trying to do, but you do not need to imagine. You just focus on it. You decide you want it. And you will see that with time, you will be able to act with your energy at will. Now, please, you relax and let us focus on the sole of our feet. We are going to go to the other extremity of our bodies, sole of your feet, whichever position you are. If you are with your feet against the floor, or perhaps just leaning on a chair, or you are sitting on your bed, it doesn't matter. Now you want to become super conscious of the sole of your feet. You can be with no shoes or with shoes. It doesn't make any difference. We will become lucid of the sensation and we will sense energy. So that's what you do now. Put your attention there. And now that you have all your focus there, in which way that feels different than other parts of your body right now? You are more conscious of the sole of your feet. You are observing more of the sensations that you have there, both in the surface of your skin, but also in the internal part of your feet, in your plantar area. And we will do the same as we did in the head. So now you pay attention to this sensation that gives you a slight greater awareness of the sole of your feet as compared to the rest of your body. And use that. Let's use that to connect with our energy. So please allow these energies now to start getting more activated, vibrating a little more or a lot more. It depends on your sensitivity, on how you are now. It can start quite subtle. It doesn't matter. If you get a little bit of it, then you'll be able to pull the sensation more and more. Enjoy it. It's you sensing your energy body. Enjoy. Give yourself credit for being here, for trying to do it, for putting your attention there. And now you are going to create the same sensation, or better saying, the same action with the chakras at the sole of your feet, of expansion and retraction. Again, as if it were an energy heart. And let's do it. Let's go. Enjoy. What we are doing is training our brain to recognize the subtle energies of our bodies, to recognize more, to have it more clear. And then, once we could focus on that for a moment, let's start doing the velo technique. But we will start with no rush whatsoever. We will enjoy sensing our whole energy body. Same thing that we did at the top of the head and at the sole of the feet. But now we will focus in the whole body. So please, you can start by either sole of your feet or top of the head. I suggest you continue there. On your feet, you are sensing it. So focus the energy, pay attention, and then let us aim to create a pulse upwards. You create a real wave of energy that moves throughout your body. And go until it reaches the top of your head. You can do it. Make sure you concentrate in a way that your body is relaxed, but you are super concentrated on the energy. You are in control of your energy, and the only way you can control your energy is by focusing on it. It's more a matter of you being able to connect with it than of being able to sense it. Sensations come afterwards. So focus on the energy sweeping inside your body, sweeping up and then down at your own rhythm, at your pace. But you want to concentrate so much that now you think, this is going to be the strongest movement of energy inside my body that I have ever done. Now I do it. No tension, no stress, no need to put pressure on yourself, but decision, yes, a balanced decision, a conscious decision. And you keep reinforcing more and more this movement of energy. Hey, enjoy it. You can relax while you move your energy. You don't relax your attention or your awareness, but that is natural to us. To be aware, mindful, that is our natural condition. In our everyday life, we escape from it. It's so much distraction. Now you are with yourself. You know you are there connected to your physical body. And you give yourself this opportunity. You enjoy the privilege of being able to do it, and you continue moving up. No hurry, but decision. Yes. Once you reach the very top of your head, then you go and you create another pose down. And same when you reach your feet. Give yourself the opportunity to sense the energy touching the top of your head from inside. It doesn't go out, it's inside of you, but it touches the top of your head. You feel the little touch there, the impact of the energy is getting to the top of your head. And the same in the sole of your feet. You feel the energy reaching there. You will sense the chakra there, the sole of your feet. And that will help you to follow the movement you are doing. And you keep looking for the right speed, the right rhythm for you in this session. There is a flow. The quality of the energy movement is more important than the speed or anything else. And then you will reduce this flow of energy until you stop. But that does not mean you stop sensing the energy. You just stop the movement for now. We'll continue the exercise. When your energy stops flowing, you stop the flow. I want you to sense your whole energy body. Compare the sensation you have now with the sensation you had at the very beginning. It's you sensing your body and the energy, your energy that is connected to your body. Just observe it. Whichever way you feel it is correct. Give yourself a chance to start recognizing it. Let your brain understand the pattern that exists for you in the sensation of energy. So is it like a presence there, as if you recognize there is some different energy, but maybe you cannot even describe it? Maybe you feel as if there is a field inside of you that is like something more ethereal, or maybe you feel it's something light, or you feel like a slight vibration, almost as if you could sense a buzz in the surface of your body or inside your body. Which way do you feel? These were only examples. So go there. Allow yourself to observe it. Look for details. And then please turn the palm of your hands up. You can rest your hands on your lap or in the furniture close to you. Just leave your hands with the palms up and stay there for a moment. We are going to use the same strategy. We will pay attention to the sensation in the palm of our hands. We are practicing. It will become easier and easier. So go there. How do you sense it? I'm doing it with you at the same time. And now I start sensing, like tiny, tiny electrical shocks, very subtle, that if I don't pay attention, I don't even realize them. But if I pay attention, they are there, absolutely independent of my will. They are there. So what about in your case? How do you feel it? Let's focus on expanding these energies that are in the chakras at the palm of our hands, as if we could inflate them just a little, but it will become even more clear. In a while, you can very gently, very slowly, start moving your fingers as if you really had a ball, like a baseball at the palm of your hands, but of course made of energy. So you start touching it. Your hands can pass through it, but you can touch the border of this energy field. This is not so easy. So you go to the maximum you can. And then please just put your hands together without touching them. One facing the other, palm of the hands, not touching. And just pay attention to this field of energies that you have between your hands. Just allow these energies to touch the palm of your hand. Now you will put information in this energy that is there at the palm of your hand. And let us concentrate on it and think of a 2023. Let us think of a new phase for us, better. Not because this one was not, but the other one will be even more productive. So you put your attention there, you will grow. You'll be able to reach what you want. You'll be able to overcome the aspects of you in your life that you are not happy about. You can change them. So put all of these ideas there. Better saying, the clarity that yes, you can do it. And you will do your best. And that's it. This is evolution. Put this information there. And then, when I tell you now, you are going to let these energies go up and distribute in your room where you are now. So please focus there on the sensation of your hand. Feel this field of energy. And now, please, let these energies distribute. Very well. Now you just observe the energy of the environment where you are. So we are going to put focus of our attention out of ourselves. In whichever room you are, it's full of energy. But the quality of the energy, the frequency of its vibration, the density of each area of energy inside your room, that changes. That will differ from one case to another, from one day to another. Now focus on it, and you will now start emitting energies. You will create pulses of energies going out of yourself. But in your mind, you know you want these pulses of energy to reach your whole room, where you are, to reach the furniture, the air that is there in the room, and every single object there. But it's just you sending and spreading your energy. Go ahead. You can do it in pulses. You go and send one pulse, and then you relax, reorganize your control of the energy, and another pulse. Can you sense the connection of your energy with the energy of the room while you emit the pulse? How do you sense it? It can be quite subtle. But we are talking about subtle energy. It's natural that in some cases we will sense it quite subtle, but we can sense it. That's what matters. And let's put an information in this energy we are emitting. And let us think of this energy reaching every corner and lifting old energies, lifting stagnant energy, as if with your hand you could touch each area and lift the old energy. It is your hand in a way, because it is your energy body touching there. But in pulses, it's not only in your mind, it's an action you're doing with your energy body. That is a real action. Now please bring again the attention to yourself. And we are going to do a energization on ourselves to be able to finalize it. So please bring again attention to your energy body that is aligned with your physical body. So in practical terms, you sense one and the other together. And that's what sometimes is confusing, but only until we understand how we can sense each of them. Then it's clear. So you focus there and bring your attention to your forehead, to your third eye. And again, let's repeat. You focus on the sensation there. Give yourself a moment to sense it. Get a feeling of the energy. And we will create there a field of energy that is intensely active. This is not a matter of movement. It's a matter of the energies being alive, loosened, vitalized. This is what means the energy to be active. So it's not stagnant, it's not blocked, it's free. So focus on it. Try to create this condition there using your will, your decision. You want to do it. You can do it. It's your energy. And then after a while, you start sensing something there. It can be quite subtle. Give yourself a moment. Observe. And then you allow the energy that is there to penetrate, to enter your brain, goes to the very center of your brain. You will be energizing your brain, which is the most important part of our bodies. That's what connects us with our mental body. So right now, the brain is an unavoidable interface. So yes, Spread this energy there. You can sense a little or a lot. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you have your attention, you have your decision, you are focusing on it. And you can do it. Now this same brilliant, intense energy, you will slowly move it down your body. Take your time. Take your time to sense it. To sense it go down slowly. It's different than velo, that we have a specific rhythm. No, you just move it until you reach the area of your chest. The center of your chest. Now that you put attention there in your chest and you brought this energy there with you, give yourself a moment. How do you sense internally the area of your chest? That includes your lungs, that includes your heart, that includes the area of the external, like the very top of your stomach. Pay attention to the whole area. How do you sense it inside? Is there any part there inside your chest that is more clear to you, as if you are more aware of the sensation in that area than in another? Or than in the rest of your chest, better saying? Sometimes we can feel like there is a little field, like a small ball inside, or a bigger field. Placed can be more to the right, to the left, deeper inside, more to the surface, or we feel the whole area. How do you feel? Now you will focus this energy that you had there inside of you, that you moved. Focus this energy in this area that you are sensing. And if it's the whole of your chest, be it. But put the energy there. Make it be as concentrated as the little area that is more clear to you there inside, like a mini field of energy, or the bigger area. And this energy that you had there inside will be energizing, will be lightening little by little, making it lighter, making it more active. And remember, more active, more vitalized. The energies are free, the energies are loose, and they are not stagnant. And almost as if we could sense it becoming lighter and more brilliant. Give yourself a moment to enjoy it. Pay attention to your breathing and how your breathing interacts with this energy. Breathing is a very fundamental action of our physical body. That's non-stop. That's what distinguishes our state here when we are inside the body and when we are in an out-of-body experience. Out there, we do not need to breathe. But here, you sense the energy of your heart chakra through the breathing also. And then I want you to focus, and we are going to exhale, but we are going to think of the exhaling, as if it's not only coming out our nostrils and our mouth, but it's coming out the chest, the chakra per se. So at the same time that you are going to exhale, you are going to allow these energies to go out of your chest, as if it's flowing. So let's get prepared for this. Take a deep breath and keep feeling it. And now, please let go of the energy of the air. Exhale. Enjoy. And then bring attention again to your physical body. More and more attention to your physical body. You can continue sensing energy even when you have your focus on the physical body. Take another deep breath. We will stop the exercise here. You want to gently move your head to one side, to another. Not in a hurry, paying attention to sense your body and your energy. You move your hands. Turn your feet a little bit, clockwise, counterclockwise. And please open your eyes and let's get together here again. Take your time. I'd love to be able to help you understand what you felt, to help you understand how you are approaching your energy to be able to control it, to move, and to produce different actions with your energy. Because there is a certain approach, mental approach, that we do to be able to create this action with the energy. And that approach will be slightly different to each of us, but always we have the intent to do it. Always we have to keep our attention on what we are doing. Our full attention is on the energy. And evidently, we have to apply our will. We want to do it. So let me know if I can help you in any way. I'll give you some minutes. Hi, blue-colored Bill. Thank you for being here. Very, very nice. I enjoyed myself here doing the exercise with you and sensing the different reactions of the chakras and how sometimes the sensation is there and we simply keep going on without sensing it. But you know what I know? For some of you, the sensation may be so vivid that in some moments of the day, even without any intention of sensing energies, you can end up having some energetic connections that they may affect even how you feel your physical body. And sometimes good sensations, sometimes not so good sensations. Hi, my chest felt like a piece of marble. Oh, interesting. Very difficult to move around or penetrate. You see how when we are connected with the energy that is there, we can sense the energies are fluid, or the energies are more stagnant. Sometimes, and this is the area that is most common for the energies not to flow freely. People have more stagnant energies in different parts of the body, but in my experience, that is the most common. Why? Well, because life is challenging, we have different phases of life. In some, we are super relaxed and everything is under control. Sometimes we have to be more attentive of what's around, or we are in a relationship that may be more demanding. We have to pay more attention to it. So all of it affects this chakra. But when I say all of these, it gives us the impression that it's just the everyday situations of life, that it's a wrong impression. Because what about our previous lives? Same as this one, we have had ups and downs, frustrations, difficulties, we have been betrayed, we have loved, we have lost our loves. And for most of these conditions, we could let go of the energy. But sometimes there are some situations that they produce such an energetic change inside of us that may become more crystallized, almost like more hardened. And that's what creates this field of energies that eventually we may call an energy blockage. But it's not a blockage because it's a field of energy. So it's just a way of explaining. And you know what I would like to mention to you? And it's so interesting that sometimes we have a memory, let's say of this life, because we are conscious of it, that may be painful. And then we go to lots of therapies, or maybe we with ourselves, we think of it and we grow, we overcome that sensation of that emotion. We outgrow it. And we forgive everyone. But forgiving and not anymore valuing that so much does not mean the pain we felt has been removed from inside of us. So yesterday I was in a private session with a person that was telling me about her relationship with her mother. And look, now she's, an adult person, and she no longer has any conflict with her mother. But then she tells herself, well, I still resent my mother. But I keep hearing how she describes it. I keep hearing how she tells what she does for her mother and why she does good things. And I see, no, you don't resent your mother. You resented there when she did things, but now it's forgiven, isn't it? And she says, yes, I don't hate her. It's forgiven, completely forgiven. So then what you have there is not resentment. Is only the pain that you felt. So sometimes we say, I'm sorry, when we hurt someone. And yes, and the person may even forgive us. But the pain may still be there. And that's why sometimes in a future life, we still have sometimes to amend things with other people. Because time passed, we evolved, they evolved, but there may still be that specific information of energy still inside of them. And of course I do this because we are talking about emotion, but can be anything. And until eventually that pain is no longer there. I'm not saying it always remains, but I'm saying in many cases it does. And the person managed to speak so much of the pain that the tears don't come anymore. And I'm talking now about the cardio chakra, the heart chakra. That's why I'm saying this way. But one day the person hears a song or feels a presence or sees a scene on a movie, and wow, all of that old emotion is there. So that means that it had always been there, just a little more covered up. So evolution is challenging, but that's how we grow little by little. Thank you for commenting, and that inspired me to say all of this. I'm going to go quickly here to your questions. So we can emit energy from any part of our body in any direction? Yes, absolutely. Usually we just use the whole body. Or for most people, what they will do is that they will focus on their hands. And it does tend to make it easier. Not because it's easier to send energy through the hand. It's equally easy throughout the whole body. But it's almost as if, because we use our hands to touch things, and almost as if this chakra naturally becomes more sensitive to energy and becomes easier for us to direct. But we do not need our hands. We can send it to any direction. And very importantly, we can adjust the information that we put in the energy there. And that information is what's so important, is what little by little allows us to create a multidimensional force field around of us. So not just any energy field that was unconsciously created. So that is very important. And Jessie is here asking, I felt a presence that was stronger than I have ever felt before. There was an intense feeling of love, almost overwhelming, and mainly in the heart. Can you explain? Yes, because sometimes it's not so much the presence that is stronger or that has more energy. It's how we connect to them. So this whole exercise and the way I aimed to direct it was more to make us in contact with our true self and open to the energies that were around, but creating a proper synchronicity with the right type of energy so that we would be connecting with the right type of energy. So in that case, sometimes, Jessie, it may be that the presence is there. Sometimes, once in a while, it's not only now, but now you could connect more. But in any case, it's also very possible that some non-physical presence, like a spiritual presence, feeling what we are feeling, knowing what we are trying to achieve, they may come close to us. And by the way, let me mention to all of you, sometimes you are trying to achieve something like expanding your energy or getting more in contact with your energy, getting more control. And this may help someone who wants to really help us. I'm not talking about someone that is no, I'm talking a real advanced mentor, spiritual mentor. So sometimes it allows them to get close to us and they know what we are doing. They know we are preparing for an exercise. They're in contact. But sometimes also some presences, not necessarily against us, but less enlightened, may try to prevent us from gaining control of our energies, may try to stop us from sensing and being able to move. So it becomes almost like a mental fight. Let me explain what I mean by that. It's like you are trying to pay attention and something distracts you and you try to focus and this is my energy, I can do it, but then something comes in, you cannot do it. So it's almost like a struggle to be in contact with your own energy. And this may, in some cases, be other influences trying to stop you. But that's it. Influences from physical people and non-physical people. In an exercise like this, most probably from a non-physical people, meaning spirits. And this is present the whole time in our lives. But we, of course, I'm not saying 100%, but it's present to different degrees. And we sense in different degrees. This, I mean, the interaction with other consciousnesses, energy of physical and non-physical people. And how do we sense it? How does it interfere with ourselves? How does it influence ourselves? How does it affect ourselves? So that is what we want to become aware. So very nice, Jessie. I enjoyed your comment here because we can't mention all of these things. Hi, Mohammed. I felt some kind of heavy weight on my chest. You know what's interesting? It's so amazing because most of the time here we are sensing the physical body. And then when we become more conscious of the energy, which is subtler than the physical body, and if we observe that there is an area in our bodies that the energy is not so free, it's like the flexibility is not so much. There can be some energies that are there perhaps with layers still to be loosened up. When we sense that, we sense as heaviness. And it's so interesting because we are sensing energy which is lighter than the physical body, but we sense it as heaviness. And now we will explain why. And this is very important because sometimes we are doing velo and we sense it. As if, for example, you are moving your energies up and down, like in the velo procedure, and you feel like you cannot breathe absolutely freely, or you feel as if your heart is beating faster, or there is some weight, or there is some pressure. Of course, there is no pressure. Your body is there, only your body. But we are then at that moment more aware of our whole energy and how it flows. And where it flows less, we tend to feel it, for example, as this heaviness, as this pressure, but can be other feelings. Sometimes we don't feel it, but when we do, Mohammed, that's actually a good thing. It means we were able to connect with that field of energy that is not so flexible. And therefore, being aware of it, touching it, it starts producing some change. It's like when we are doing velo and we feel that, we should never stop velo. Some people say, oh, I stopped because I felt my heart beating fast. Don't stop for that. That is a rare moment in which we could produce an effect in our energies, that we managed to touch that area where the energies were more stagnant, for example, but can be other things. It's just that creating a general explanation here. So then you don't stop, you continue velo exactly in the same way. But the exercise was for this, you know, Mohammed, for us to sense and try to liberate a bit. That helps also our future velos. Perhaps for those of you who are warmed up now, maybe we conclude here and you do a velo. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Do it and see what is the difference, because now our energies are more flexible. Wonderful. Anya is here and says, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. Can you please explain more of moving energies and focus in the third eye area? You know what, Anya? I'm going to suggest to you that you take a look in a video that I have about how to activate the frontal chakra, because that is a longish explanation. But the point is, we can activate any chakra we want. And when we say chakras, usually, tell me if that is your case, we think of the main chakras, right? Those that most of the different schools that study about energy describe. But actually we have so many chakras, so energy everywhere. There are people, for example, that they feel their calves pulsing or tingling. I'm not talking about physical sensation when they go for exercise. No, I'm talking energy sensation when they work with energies or when we apply energy towards them. So we have to recognize how each part of our body has its own energy, kind of independently active, but also all interconnected. So that is the thing. It's more like if we don't focus, I do not find a better word than focus to say, but it's almost like as if there are so many things going on and we can sense anything in our body. I can sense the hair touching here my face, or I can put attention somewhere. So we have to focus on something. But if our focus remains only in the physical body and in some of our chakras, then we do not give to our brain the opportunity of observing other things that are there, that are happening, that are present, but we simply do not register. It becomes like in a blind spot. So more or less it's this, but I know it's not so easy. And Carol is asking if it's okay to see a presence during the exercise. It can happen. We become more open, more in tune, more sensitive. The most important thing here is why that presence is there. What is the quality? How do we connect with that? You see, all of these details, that is what's important. But yes, it's possible. It may happen, definitely. And Mohammed said, I clearly felt the energy when we concentrated on the third eye and saw some oniric images. Interesting. So you saw how it starts connecting with the brain activity. Very nice. And then Namaskar. This was so relaxing. I'm glad it was. It felt like an ASMR relaxing effect. I do not know what's ASMR. You have a very soothing voice. Thank you. Thank you, Namaskar, for being here, for being with us throughout the whole exercise. Now you guys already know the exercise, and you know that you can practice. You know the length, the duration, so you know how long you need for this. And here I have Peter with us. Velo part felt for me the strongest I ever done before. Lovely, wonderful. Going around the room and lifting the energy from the corners of the room felt a bit fuzzy. Yes. I couldn't feel whether I'm having an impact on it. Let me talk about this. This is very important. When we are trying to reach anything with our energy, it's really like reaching, because we may touch an area with energy. I say touch because we send our energies. It's an energetic touch. Sometimes we think it depends only on our sensitivity, and it depends only on how well we are being able to send the energies to emit and how much of energy we are emitting. But there is another component there that is super important, and that's what most people need more training to sense it, which is how the energy of your target is. It may be a person, it may be a person close to you, or someone who is far away, or the room. When there is a condition in the energy of the room that it's of a certain type of density and flexibility, then you will feel that you emit and the energies reach more easily certain areas, but it's hard to reach others. Sometimes it is as if you are trying to move the walls of the room and nothing happens, but not because you are not doing it. You may not have sensed it because the energies were still hardened. And that is exactly what we want to work when we think of creating a field of energy that we form like a force field in our room. But also when we are just, clearing the room, cleansing, just lifting old energies. It is like that. Because it may be that you just think of it and it's like, wow, it expands easily, or not so easy. Sometimes we start emitting the energies and it's like our awareness goes away. It's almost like we got distracted. We kind of black out for a moment, can no longer be focused on the energy. So all of these are results of how the energy of the target is interacting with ours. And it has a lot to do with the quality, what is being worked there. And of course, there are many aspects there to be explained, but at least you can have an idea that what goes on there. Life is a gift. I felt a buzzing type tingling throughout my body. Nice. I also felt cold at the beginning, but very warm towards the end. It's so interesting, right? How energy creates change in the sensation of our bodies. And it's like sometimes people say, oh, I had goosebumps, so it means there's a good energy around, or a bad energy, or some spirit passed by here. It's a way that people explain it, but sometimes, of course, not a spirit or bad energy. It can be any, but sometimes our body reacts in that way. Quite nice. Thank you for sharing. I have some problem, Mark. Let's see, what's the problem? I have the same problem. Okay, I was talking to Ande. Yes. So, and the heart chakra was like a rock. Boy, I understand you. This heart chakra is a challenge. Anya, when we move the energy from the bottom to the top and vice versa, will this technique helps to fix the chakra's blockage? Yes, that is the best technique to fix the chakra's blockage. Why? Because with this technique, we are creating a wave in which the energies are passing through all different chakras, all different parts, almost as if all cells of our body. Where it's more stagnant, it feels a little bit like Mark just commented. It's like it's heavier, it doesn't move, but it is moving. The energies pass through. So if you are moving the energies up, for example, and let's say there is a blockage in a certain area, the energies pass through perfectly. but we don't sense it, or we sense it heavy. Why? Because the energy is less loosened, less active. So when we pass the energies inside of our bodies through an area that is very flexible, or the chakra is very active, I'm going to create here sonoplasty, but just for us to understand. So it's like you are moving here, and it's like, it's no noise. It's just trying to show you that you feel something is going on, something is moving, and then all of a sudden, nothing. But nothing in the effect. The energies are passing through, and little by little, it starts like melting. It starts like breaking these hardened areas of the energy. So this is how it starts. The best technique to do unblocking that I know of is this one, and I have tried many, and I have worked with many people. The challenge sometimes is because when we are going to do velo and we start reaching different areas inside of our energy body, we may unconsciously, and of course I'm talking about an unconscious thing, try to avoid certain feelings that can be quite painful. Can be things that we experienced in this lifetime, and now they are there, quiet, with many layers on top, and it's almost like as if we are touching that again. We are having to relive that when we move energy. It's not an emotional thing. It's really a release of energy. So that is what creates more challenge. But if we do velo correctly, wow. I have done lots of research with many hundreds of people, and the number one thing that changes first and the most in people is this loosening and unblocking to some degree. It will vary from person to person, but that's the number one thing that people achieve with their velos. So that is quite important. And then I see another question here, and I think that is the last one, and then we finish. Question. In your book, you state, the motto is everyone can. With dedication and no self-corruption, results should be noticeable. What do you mean by self-corruption? Excellent question. Self-corruption is when we are tainting our real level of evolution, our real level of ethics, our real level of understanding. So self-corruption is when we create a situation in which we are not giving our best. So it's quite interesting because there is a concept that we study a lot, especially in the Consciousness Development Program of the IEC, that is cosmoethics. And cosmoethics means the more we understand the whole evolution, right? This mechanism of all of this we are talking about, the more we know what we have to do, the more we know what we lack in terms of control of energy, the more we'll be able to figure out or have discernment in some cases of what would be the best outcome. We do not know always, but we start getting a little bit different than most people who can be very shallow and very selfish and only think of the moment. When we know a certain degree of information, but at the moment of applying it in our lives, it can be in any situation, can be, talking to somebody, making a decision. We try to make things easier for us. We reduce how much we could do. That is a self-corruption. And this can appear in so many different areas. So with no self-corruption, meaning you do your best, only your best. You go to the maximum possible, but the real maximum possible. But you do not need to put pressure. All of us. We do not need to put pressure on ourselves. I have to do it. I didn't reach a vibrational state, and I still have this block. No, because if we are doing it, the result will come. I promise, if we do correct, the result will come deeply. But sometimes we find ways of not doing it so correctly because we are lazy, or because we do not have discipline, or because we are avoiding touching some energetic areas. So that's what I meant. I hope I could explain it. Wonderful, guys. Ah, so I pronounced your name correct, Anya. Wonderful. I think I answered to all of you. Um, so I have here Namaskar telling me autonomous sensory meridian response. Definitely, then now I understand what you mean. Quite interesting. Yes, it is a different type of relaxation, most definitely. And I have here somebody that is self-defense. I am learning English, so I hope you could follow. And watching him alive, especially with energy exercise, helps, doesn't it? I think so. It's best not to have corners in the house like the domes of the IAC campus. The rounded houses feel wonderful. I'll tell you why we created round structures here at the IAC campus for our self-experimentation. Because the structures that we see in nature, they are naturally rounded. We do not see things that are squared, exactly squared. So they have rounded corners. And because of the way energy flows, sometimes when we have corners, when we have perhaps a corner in a house, but also you have a small aisle there that you stuff things and you never enter there. Or there is here behind a, let's say, an armchair, an area that you never even look at there. It tends to start accumulating energy. Not necessarily negative, but the energies get more stagnant there. It's a tiny bit like the feng shui, but it's not a rule how you have to do it. It's more us sensing how the energy flow. So that's why here we avoided the corners. And when you enter in a huge spherical room, that you do not sense even the walls because it's so big and it's rounded, the feeling of our energy is different. So that is why. But of course, our houses are full of corners, as mine is. The idea is for us to be aware, attentive, to use all of this space and to observe the energy there. So that is the idea. Good. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being with me up to now. There are many of you here. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy the end of the year. Have a wonderful passage of the year. If I can, I'm still going to bring some videos here with tips to you. And I hope to see you next year. By February, we should have already started the course, the multidimensional force field. If you want, be there. I promise you, you won't regret. Full of original information that you will not find anywhere. I learned throughout the last 20 years working with so many people, but you will have also other opportunities in the future if you cannot be there with me in February, but I hope you can. Goodbye, guys. See you. Ciao, ciao, and enjoy your time. Do a velo there if you still can do it. And remember, if you are here with me and it's possible for you, remember to give me a thumbs up. That makes difference. And we grow, we keep growing together. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you. Enjoy your moment and your exercise. Bye now.